So you're thinking about moving to San Diego, California, but you don't want to live in San Diego. Instead, you're looking to be in the suburbs. So in this video, I'm going to take us through the 5 best suburbs, in my opinion, across San Diego County. And I'm going to give you a pro and a con for every one of them. I've lived here for over 38 years. And so I'll give you, from my perspective, being familiar with every single one of these areas, spent time in every one of these areas, lived in several of these areas, exactly what's going on, so you know not just what the real estate looks like, but proximity to the airport and downtown, proximity to the beach, and a feel for what everyday life is like. And then we're gonna drive out, we're gonna take a look at the neighborhood so that you see exactly what we see and you know what to expect if you're making the move here to San Diego County. So if that's what you're looking for, we're gonna get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so you're the first to know of any changing market conditions right here in San Diego County. I'm Dan Beer, and every single day, people just like you are sending us text messages, phone calls, even setting up Zoom meetings, which you can do all, by the way, in the comments right down below, every single day, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're making the move in 9 days, 9 months, 9 years, we're here to help make this all very easy for you. Send us a text message, give us a phone call, let's set up a meeting, and we'll help you make a smooth move to San Diego. All right, we're gonna kick off in Chula Vista, which is a special one for me because it's actually where I grew up. I went to elementary school there, a lot of my formative years were spent there. And so I know Chula Vista extremely well. The most obvious thing about it that just stands out and makes it unique is it is in the very southern part of the county. So it actually borders up to Mexico, and it has a great diversity of food. The cuisine there is just awesome. My family loves going there for lunch, going there for dinner. We spend quite a bit of time in Chula Vista, not to mention just famous spots like TJ Oyster House or just these great, what we call paleta stands, which are these just wonderful kind of Mexican style popsicles. And it's just awesome, okay? If you want a recommendation on any of that, drop it in the comments. I'll send you there. On the negative side of Chula Vista is that it's just far if you're looking to enjoy the northern part of the county. So if you're looking to get to the Carlsbad flower fields or the Legoland, the Wild Animal Park, that's what I call it from my youth. It's now called the Wild Animal Safari Park. So if you're looking to use a lot of the kind of northern parts of San Diego, get to the beach in Del Mar, then Chula Vista can be a little bit isolated in that it's genuinely just on the very southern tip of San Diego, and San Diego's a big county. So that's the thing to consider about it. From livability standpoint, it has shopping, it has everything from your Home Depots of the world to your kind of big box department outlets, and just it really is a place that has everything. From an industry standpoint, a lot of military members live there, a lot of businesses there, from offices and warehousing, industrial. There's a really big import-export industry there, as you could imagine, with its proximity to Mexico. Speaking quickly about the proximity to Mexico, I think for people not used to that, it can sound kind of, I don't know, it could sound strange or scary or whatever it might be, but you'll see as we get out and drive through Chula Vista that it is a place that is genuinely, as you know, it's your all-American suburb. It's a place that I definitely would encourage you to go to, and specifically talking about the real estate, it is one of the most affordable places where you get really beautiful real estate for less than some other areas of the county that are actually not as nice as Chula Vista and will cost you more. So median home price in Chula Vista, $759,000. It has a population of 277,000. It's only about 15 minutes to the beach. The 2 beaches that would be the most accessible would be Imperial Beach and Coronado. Coronado being one of the most beautiful beaches, not just here in San Diego County, but literally just anywhere that I've ever been. So that's a really, really nice thing about it. Now, it is worth mentioning, that's your average distance drive in Chula Vista. Chula Vista is a big place. So it could be that depending on where in Chula Vista you live, it could be that it's a 20-minute drive to any of those locations, including the airport, which also is right there in that downtown area. So about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes to the beach, 15 minutes to the airport and to downtown. So that's Chula Vista for you. Okay, so now let's get out to Chula Vista. We're gonna drive through the streets. I'm gonna show you what it looks like not just on the residential streets, but also on the commercial streets, the shopping streets, so you get a sense of exactly what it's like on the ground right here in Chula Vista. All right, so there you have it. That's Chula Vista. Now we're gonna go on to the next suburb. By the way, these are not in any particular order. I'm actually just kind of working up the coast, back down. So I'm not saying this is first place, second place, third. The next one we're going to is La Jolla. La Jolla is one of the most well-known suburbs in Southern California. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is beautiful. It has some of the most pristine beaches, gorgeous cliffs, just an incredible place to live, one of the most desired locations in San Diego County. It does have its negatives though as well, so I'll make sure that we talk about that. Just from a location standpoint, all we've done is we've gone from Chula Vista and we've moved on north to the northern part, just above the downtown San Diego area. So even though we're just north of downtown, the proximity to the airport in the downtown area can be as little as 15 minutes or so, but it can be as much as 25 minutes because parts of La Jolla are harder to get to. You have to wind in, wind out, and it's kind of one of those like one way in, one way out type of deals. There's a back way and a front way, but if you're kind of tucked all the way into the middle of La Jolla, it can be a challenge. Now, if you're on the ends of it, it's a little bit faster. Now, beach proximity, depending on where you are in La Jolla, you're really never more than 10 minutes away. In a lot of locations, you're within 5 minutes because, of course, La Jolla beaches are some of the most popular in San Diego County. That would include Windansea Beach and, of course, La Jolla Shores. And a beautiful water and ocean experience is if you're spending time at La Jolla Cove. Now, in our video where we actually went through here on this channel, we have a video where we go through La Jolla. The entire video is dedicated to it, just like all of the different neighborhoods within this video. So I'd encourage you to check that out. And we actually have really beautiful shots right there on La Jolla Cove. I think you'll enjoy that. Now, let's get to the scary part, median price point. Like I said, one of the most desired locations, not just in San Diego County, but across California, across the country. So median home price in La Jolla, $3.252 million. So $3,282,000 is the median price point for a home in La Jolla. Now, having said that, there are homes much less expensively priced, but there's also homes so much more expensively priced. So that's why the median kind of ends up in that $3.2 million range. But you can certainly get homes in the upper ones. You can get homes in the 2s, and you can get homes, by the way, in the 5s and in the 10s. So La Jolla is kind of one of those places with no limits and that everyone wants to have. So there you have it. That's what pricing looks like there. Of course, if you want to have a detailed look at a specific property type, you could let us know. We'll give you, they're just range that are so wide that we can narrow it in for you for what you're exactly looking for. Now, population of La Jolla is only about 42,000 people, so it has an exclusivity to it. If you're living, again, from a jobs perspective, this is kind of one of those things where either La Jolla is incredibly convenient because you work in La Jolla and so you don't have to come in and out very much, or it could be one of these places that's kind of tough to get in and out of. So, do you live in Bird Rock, which is just harder to get to? Or do you live in the middle of Mount Soledad, which is really hard to get to? But if you do and you work in La Jolla, maybe in the downtown La Jolla area, it's not a big deal. Having said that, if you work in Carlsbad, you're going to have a long commute. So just things to consider and things that make sure you talk to your real estate agent about, because there are definitely some nuances that you'll want to understand about that. And that's really the only con. I mean, when we're talking about cons, it's expensive. And depending on where you spend your work life, if you're in your working years, it can just be a hard place to come in and out of. And it can have a little bit of traffic. Now, on the pros side, it is unbelievably beautiful. It is a place that always will retain value. And it has a really wonderful location in terms of proximity to just access a lot of the rest of the county, whether you're wanting to get to some of the North County beaches or whether you're trying to get to the downtown area to all the just hundreds of different restaurants that are there. And of course, La Jolla has its own downtown. We call it Downtown La Jolla. That is just a spectacular commercial area with really great cuisine, really great little bars, really great boutique shops. And we'll make sure that we drive you through that in this video so that you get a sense of what downtown La Jolla looks like as well. And it has a secondary commercial area called La Jolla Shores, which it's a lot smaller than downtown La Jolla, but it has its little series of restaurants. It's really quaint. It's beautiful. Also, the La Jolla Beach and Tennis Club is at La Jolla Shores, and it's one of the very few beach clubs anywhere across San Diego County. So if you're the type that likes to use the beach, wants to go there, but it's kind of a hassle sometimes, especially with the kids, if you need to load up the car and get everything there. And I mean, I get it. I have 3 kids myself. The La Jolla Beach Club is an awesome option for you because it just makes it so easy. You just show up, you park right there, you just dine. It's simple. They have pools, but of course they have this beautiful beach that's easy and it's private. I think you'll absolutely love it. With that said, we're going to jump out, drive through La Jolla now. I'll give you a look at the streets, the residential areas, the commercial areas, the restaurants, the downtown area, and we'll probably make our way out to La Jolla Shores as well so that you really get a sense of what La Jolla looks like. If you want to go deeper, of course, find that La Jolla video right here on this channel, and let's get out there. All right, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that. We're going to continue up the coast now to what we call North County Coastal. So again, San Diego County is one county, but we tend to just, our language here, we say North County, South County, East County. Okay, so Carlsbad is going to be North County Coastal, just in our own little kind of local nomenclature. In Carlsbad, if you want to talk about a place that is so much fun, is developing so much culture, so much great restaurant scene, a great little bar scene, but it's still sleepy and has that kind of quiet suburb feel where it's definitely a neighborhood and kids abound and all that, but has plenty of action for the action seekers. Carlsbad's really an awesome place. From an industry standpoint, it's one of the hotbeds of just jobs. It's one of the job centers here in San Diego County. There's huge office parks. There's companies that you might be familiar with, like the Callaways of the world from the golfing industry, are headquartered in Carlsbad. And so it's a place where you actually have San Diegans from across the county driving there for work. Of course, if you live in Carlsbad, it makes it that much more convenient. Now, this is one of the larger suburbs in San Diego County. It has a population of 115,000. And from a location standpoint, you're now about 40 minutes from the downtown and San Diego and airport area. So that's about a 40-minute drive downtown and the airport. But depending on where Carlsbad is, very similar to La Jolla, it's anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to get to the beach. So from a beach access standpoint, it's awesome. Plus, not only can you get to the beach in Carlsbad, but you could swing up to Oceanside very, very easily within just minutes. You can go down into Encinitas, into Solana Beach, and even to Del Mar with a really, really easy access to all of those beaches. So great beach location, not as good a location in terms of somebody that wants to go and use the downtown San Diego area often for dining and for fun and all the things that go on there. The Padres, of course, play there at the beautiful Petco Park. But you can take the coaster. So the coaster is an option whether you're working downtown or it's just something that you like to do on a weekend. Maybe you and your spouse or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids, whoever it is you hang out with, you might like to go downtown for a dinner, for example, on Saturday nights. You can take the coaster, so that's definitely an option. Makes it easy and you don't have to deal with parking. You just kind of enjoy your way yourself on the way down there on the train. And then, of course, you can train right back up. Now, median home price in Carlsbad is $1.8 million. Having said that, you can get single-family homes under $1 million. In fact, we have a Carlsbad-specific video right here on the San Diego Neighborhoods channel. Go and check that out. I actually highlight homes under $1 million. But the reason that the median price point here is $1.8 million is it being a beach town. As you get closer to the beach, those prices just skyrocket. As you get further away from the beach, it gets a lot more reasonable. So you have just a really wide range of what a home could cost in Carlsbad. We're going to drive through the streets again, as we have for La Jolla, as we did for Chula Vista, and as we will for all the suburbs in this video. So we'll get a sense of exactly what it looks like, not just near the beach, but away from the beach. And I think you'll get a really good sense of what life is like on a daily basis. So with that, let's get out. Let's check out Carlsbad. so that's a good look at Carlsbad. Again, if you want to go deeper into Carlsbad and explore it further, we do have a channel or a video dedicated to Carlsbad on this channel, so make sure you find that. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to go from North County Coastal, okay, that's what we call that area Carlsbad's in, and we're going to swing to the east, and we're going to find ourselves in Escondido. And this area we call North County Inland. So Escondido, located off the 15 freeway, as opposed to Carlsbad that was located off the 5 freeway. So off the 15 is Escondido. It's again one of the larger areas, larger suburbs within San Diego County. And there's a lot going on here. Also just a great amount of diversity of the different property types, different living styles. So here's the best and the worst of Escondido. All right, the obvious pro to Escondido is median home price, $755,000. So much more affordable than a lot of the areas that we've been discussing today, other than basically Chula Vista. What's interesting is Chula Vista is in that very southern part of the county, and almost on the opposite end, with a little bit of an east tilt, you have Escondido. So they have a lot of similarities in that sense. Escondido also, from a pro standpoint, has great proximity to a lot of nature. So it has just great access to the mountains, to hiking trails, and even if you want to shoot on further north to wine country and Temecula, or if you want to go skiing in Big Bear, which is our local ski area, you kind of just have a head start. So it has great proximity to those things. On the negative side, not as great proximity to the beach. That's more like 30-35 minutes. And also the downtown area and the airport, again, in that 1 minutes or so zone. So it's just a little bit further out. Also kind of a con to Escondido is it just doesn't have as much of a vibe, okay? It doesn't have a scene. If you like to go to concerts, if you like to, some richness and just variety of social activity, it doesn't have as much of that as a lot of these other areas that we're talking about. But again, it does have some pros, including a key one I didn't mention, which the safari park. The safari park is in Escondido. It is gorgeous, and the mountains surrounding it are gorgeous. So it just depends a little bit on what you're looking for, what you want to do, but it does have that affordability. Again, median price point in Escondido at $755,000 for a single family home. All right, right now what I want to do is let's get out to Escondido. I want to drive around. I want to show you what it looks like. We'll drive again through the residential streets and the commercial streets, and we'll come right back here to discuss the next suburb. That's a look at Escondido. Again, we have a dedicated video to Escondido right here on the channel. Make sure you go and check that out. What we're going to do now is head down south on the 15 freeway. Not very far though, and we're going to hit an area called Poway. Poway has a population of 48,000 people, roughly 33 minutes to the downtown and airport area, and about 30 or so minutes, 29 minutes, 30 minutes to the beach. So Poway is one of those places that it's a community. It's the kind of place where you might go to a restaurant, you might go to a bar, you're gonna really run into people that you know. People are very Poway proud. Worth mentioning that the high school has one of the biggest wrestling programs in the nation. It's a wrestling powerhouse here locally. And if you want to take a look at, have like a almost Texas type, not exactly because they go really wild there, but almost a Texas type experience from a high school football perspective, right? Just kind of where the neighborhood all comes together. That's Poway. It's a Friday night, it's a scene, everyone gets out there, everyone loves it. It's just one of those places. Poway is also an area that just has a lot of access to industry, to jobs. It has a lot of its own, such as General Atomics, which is there. The Pomerado Health System is there. But also it has great proximity to all the office parks and all the jobs, the headquartered companies that are in the Rancho Bernardo area. And you can swing down to downtown without too much trouble. You could also get up to Carlsbad. So it has good proximity from that perspective. Another pro that I really love is, I'm kind of a big outdoors guy. I'm a hiker. Some of the best and most well-known trails across the county are in Poway. So definitely something to go check out. There's all kinds of just outdoor activities on a regular basis that you could definitely take advantage of year-round in Poway. From a cons perspective, well, look, it kind of depends on the lifestyle you're looking for. So if you're looking for liveliness, kind of like what we talked about with Escondido, if you're looking for a lot to do past, 8 p.m., It's not going to be found there. It's a quiet place. It is not the type of place where you're going to really, it's not a Saturday night destination or a Friday night destination, right? It's a place where it's a bedroom community. It's about what's going on with the schools and with the sports and what's going on locally just with the residents that all kind of tend to really hang together, grow up together, raise their kids together. So depending on who you are, that might be a pro, that might be a con, but that is Poway. Let's get out there. Let's drive through. I want to give you a look at what it looks like, what it feels like. It has a distinct feeling to a lot of the other suburbs that we've been discussing. So I think you'll enjoy it. Let's get out there, and then we'll come right back for the next suburb on our list, which is going to be Carmel Valley. First, here's Poway. So there's Poway. If you want to go deeper on Poway, again, right here on the channel, we have a dedicated video. So make sure you go and find that. Now we're headed over to Carmel Valley. And all we're going to do is swing east on the 56 freeway, and we're going to hit Carmel Valley. Carmel Valley, the interesting thing about it, and by the way, if you're counting, yes, this is the 6th suburb, and I told you I was going to show you 5. So this is a bonus one that I decided to throw in, but there's reasons I was not going to include it, and the reason why I decided I must. And it's because every other area that I've just described, the address would be Escondido, California, La Jolla, California, Carlsbad, California. You get the point. Carmel Valley is actually San Diego, California. Having said that, it is about 25 minutes from downtown. So it is absolutely a suburb. And in fact, we really think of it as being kind of like the epitome, like the suburb of suburbs. So it just didn't feel right to have a suburbs video without including Carmel Valley. It is very much that PTA kind of soccer mom neighborhood, 100%. Now what makes Carmel Valley really unique is, in my opinion, the location. It's a location that will never stop being desired. Just west of Carmel Valley, you have Del Mar, one of the most desired coastal beach towns in Southern California. It is absolutely beautiful. To me, Del Mar is the prettiest beach in San Diego County, and it's a footstep away. In fact, you can be at the beach within, depending again on where in Carmel Valley you are, 10 to 15 minutes. Having said that, it also just has so much more space than any of the truly coastal kind of beach towns that we have. So if you're looking for that kind of traditional, tract home where there's Plan 1, Plan 2, Plan 3, all kinds of different subdivisions, loads of elementary schools, super highly rated, probably the most well-known high school in San Diego County, which is Torrey Pines High School, highly acclaimed Canyon Crest High School, which is one of the most highly rated high schools across the country. And so if you're in a place where all those things are attractive to you, you want that kind of lifestyle, but you also want really quick proximity to get to the beach or to even swing south really quickly, and you're in La Jolla in just a matter of 12 to 15 minutes, depending on where in La Jolla you're going to and where in Carmel Valley you started in. But still, easy proximity to that. It also has a lot of office complexes, a lot of jobs, a lot of headquartered companies. Realty Income, for example, a publicly traded company, is in Carmel Valley, headquartered there. So Carmel Valley is just a really unique place, a population of 42,000, and an earshot away from Sorrento Valley, which has loads more offices, jobs, industrial warehouses. So with that, I want to take you out to Carmel Valley so you get a sense of what I'm talking about, what it feels like. It's a place where my parents live. It's a place where I have lived, and I think you're going to enjoy it. So let's jump out there. There's Carmel Valley. Again, dedicated video just to Carmel Valley. You can find it here on the channel. I hope you've enjoyed it. This was a look at the 6 best suburbs, in my opinion, across San Diego County. Though the reality is there are so many great places to live. There's subdivisions, there's neighborhoods, and we're going to bring them all to you. So you just make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get the notifications and you're the most updated on anything happening here. And again, in the comments below, you can find how to text us, call us, email us, or set up a private Zoom, and we'll make sure that you have a smooth move to San Diego.